Welcome to TPM Vid's Disney Beat, where we talk about all things Disney. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. We also have Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at TPM Videos. The Walt Disney World Resort opened on October 1st, 1971. And for 50 years, we've been able to experience the Disney magic at Magic Kingdom. Now, nothing at the park is done by accident. Everything is meticulously planned. So as you walk through the park, you can discover so many hidden details and secrets. You just need to know where to look. And with every secret, there's some Disney history that goes alongside it. Today we have some fun stories and details to point out that all tie back to the early years at Magic Kingdom in 1971. So sit back as we count down the top 7 hidden secrets and stories at Magic Kingdom. Number 7. The year 1971 will never be forgotten in the history of Walt Disney World. At Magic Kingdom, it's hard to go anywhere without references being made to the number 71. Imagineers have hid many of them in plain sight, so let's explore a few of my favorites. Standing right in Town Square, the firehouse building is named Engine Co. 71. And when we look at the fire engine, this is engine number 71, which belongs to the Main Street Fire Department. Making our way down Main Street, USA, you'll find the white casting agency door, which has been open since 71. Seeing how this is the turn of the century, it definitely refers to 1871, but still, the 71 is there. Then in the queue for Big Thunder Mountain, you'll find this poster of different mine shafts that can be found in the mountain. If you look real close, below the Rainbow Caverns, you'll see shaft number 71, which is another reference to the year of 1971. In Fantasyland on the Friar Nook sign, we have the Roman numerals MLXXI. This translates to 1071, which is historically accurate, taking place in medieval times, with 71 being the tribute to Magic Kingdom. Then over in Storybook Circus, at the Casey Jr. Splash Pad, you'll see some numbers on each of the cars. These numbers represent the opening years of all 4 Walt Disney World theme parks. 98 for Animal Kingdom, 89 for Hollywood Studios, 82 for Epcot, and 71 on the Elephant Car for the opening year of Magic Kingdom. Number 6. Today there are more than 25 Disney World Resort hotels, but at the beginning, it was a smaller collection just surrounding Magic Kingdom. On October 1st, 1971, the Contemporary and the Polynesian were the only 2 hotels ready for Walt Disney World's opening day. Later in November of 1971, Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort opened, and over a decade and a half later in June of 1988, the Grand Floridian made its grand debut. Each of the Magic Kingdom resort hotels have their own unique theme that truly encompasses the Disney magic. But did you know that each of them were built to represent different lands at Magic Kingdom? This was one of Walt's ideas when he first began the Florida project. Just think about it for a second and it's pretty apparent which is which. The Contemporary echoes the look and feel of Tomorrowland, especially with how it looked back in the 70s. The Polynesian reflects the lush landscapes of Adventureland. Fort Wilderness calls back to the American frontiers of the 19th century in Frontierland. And the Grand Floridian reflects the Victorian era of Main Street, USA. Now, which one is your favorite resort? Comment below. Number 5. From 1971 until the opening of Epcot Center in 1982, ticket books were used to get on the rides and attractions. You'd buy a ticket book at the front gate, and there were 2 different types. There was the 7 Adventure and the 11 Adventure ticket book, each giving you a specific amount of A, B, C, D, and E attraction tickets. The E-ticket attractions were the most popular ones. In 1971, this included Jungle Cruise, Tropical Serenade, Country Bear Jamboree, Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and the Mickey Mouse Revue. And in the ticket books, the 7 Adventure gave you 2 E-tickets, and the 11 Adventure gave you 4. So one book never gave you enough tickets to experience all the popular rides. So you needed to buy additional tickets, and this could be done at the ticket booths that were placed in each of the lands. Over the years, many of these booths have unfortunately been destroyed, but one ticket booth has survived, and it can be found right here in Tomorrowland. What's now a Disney Vacation Club kiosk, this structure used to be one of the original Magic Kingdom ticket booths. The architecture is that retro, sleek look of Tomorrowland through the 70s and 80s, which is actually now making a comeback. It's pretty cool that this piece of history is just sitting right in the middle of the walkway. Now, this may be the only standalone booth left, but over in Liberty Square, there's another relic of a former ticket booth. What's now Memento Mori, a Haunted Mansion-themed gift shop. The building originally opened as the Yankee Peddler in 1973. Although it was a shop, this section that jots out used to also be a ticket and information window. Now, since the building is quite large and was multi-purpose, it wasn't a standalone ticket booth, but you can technically say 2 original ticket windows still exist at Magic Kingdom today. Number 4. Just behind Cinderella Castle, you can find Cinderella Fountain. This beautiful bronze statue of the Disney princess was sculpted by late Imagineer Blaine Gibson back in 1965, 6 years before it debuted to guests at Magic Kingdom. Blaine's sculptures and characters can be found all over the park, but the setup of this statue has a little hidden secret. You'll notice the crown painted on the wall behind Cinderella is above her head. Well, that's unless you're a child. See, for us adults, we need to curtsy to Cinderella to have her crown appear like it's on her head. But from a child's point of view, Cinderella is always wearing her crown. Tell me that's not a pretty clever detail. Now, Cinderella Fountain is also a common place to throw a coin in the water to make a wish. What better place to make a wish than at Walt Disney World? There are actually many fountains at Magic Kingdom where every day, thousands of guests throw coins in the water like here at Cinderella's Wishing Well. Well, after you've thrown your coin, have you ever wondered what Disney does with all the coins collected from these fountains? Well, if you look below Cinderella's Wishing Well, it says, "Your wishes will help the dreams of children come true." That's because the money Disney collects from the fountains is all donated to a variety of different children's charities in Central Florida. The coins are collected frequently from these fountains, and Disney has a full system in place. Once they collect the coins, they need to soak them in a chemical solution to remove the corrosion from them sitting in water. Once they're all clean and shiny, the coins are then sorted, counted, and rolled. The dollar value is recorded, but Disney actually recycles the coins back into the park to use at food and merchandise locations for change. Talk about efficiency, right? Then every year, the money is donated in a lump sum. In 2020, Disney donated $20,000 to Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida. So when you curtsy to Cinderella and toss that coin to make a wish, you're actually contributing to the wishes of thousands of others. Number 3. Liberty Square tells the story of colonial America. And since 1971, the land has seen very little change, while the Liberty Tree has grown quite a bit. Now, there is one little secret that's widely talked about in Liberty Square. You know that brown strip that runs all the way through the middle of the walkway? Well, this may seem odd and out of place, but Imagineers did this to remain historically accurate. The brown strip represents the colonial sewage that would have been dumped from windows and would flow into the street. So as you walk through Liberty Square, you're walking on sewage. But here's something you might not know. This dirty secret was not included on opening day in 1971. Back when Magic Kingdom first opened, a cobblestone strip could be found in its place. Cobblestone roads were common in colonial America, but according to former Imagineer Donald Holmquist, it would have been too costly to do the entire walkway in cobblestone. Not to mention, an entire cobblestone walkway at Magic Kingdom would have been a nightmare for strollers, scooters, and anything else with wheels. So, they decided to place a strip through the walkway as kind of a nod to these cobblestone roads. And wouldn't you know, it was never intended to represent the colonial sewer system. At the time in 1971, this kind of detail would have been bad show. Disney would never want to draw attention to sewage. Now, the Liberty Square walkway has always been part of the parade route. Former Imagineer Tom Morris said that the parade floats began to get increasingly heavier and more complicated as time went on, especially as we made our way into the mid-90s. This was not good for the floats or the cobblestone. So Imagineers ripped out the cobblestone, and by 1997, it was replaced with the brown strip and the sewage backstory we all know today. So thank you, parade floats. Number 2. Mickey's PhilharMagic opened in October of 2003, but over the past 5 decades, the space has been home to a few other attractions. This includes Legend of the Lion King beginning in 1994, as well as Epcot's Magic Journeys in 1987. But when Magic Kingdom first opened in 1971, this space was home to the Mickey Mouse Revue. This was an e-ticket attraction that featured a cast of Disney audio animatronic characters singing a medley of Disney songs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It was at the park until 1980 when Disney packed up the attraction to ship it to Tokyo Disneyland. So Mickey Mouse Revue might be gone from Magic Kingdom, but it's never forgotten if you know what to look at. As soon as you enter the queue for Mickey's PhilharMagic, you'll notice posters on the wall that promote Disney characters and their musical acts. Well, 2 of these posters act as little nods and tributes to the now-defunct Mickey Mouse Revue. Right near the entrance, you'll find Festival de los Mariachis with the 3 Caballeros. Then further down, there's the Wolfgang Trio with the 3 Little Pigs. Both these Disney trios were featured characters in the Mickey Mouse Revue. And if you thought the 3 Caballero animatronics looked familiar, well, that's because once the attraction closed in Tokyo, these figures were brought back to Florida and were recycled into the finale of the Grand Fiesta Tour at Epcot. Number 1. Bonjour Village Gifts in New Fantasyland celebrates Beauty and the Beast. And once you're inside the shop, you'll find this portrait hanging on the back wall. If you ask a cast member who this is, they'll tell you it's a past proprietor of the shop. Well, that's the on-stage Disney story, but really, this is a portrait of former Walt Disney World executive Phil Holmes. Before retiring in August of 2020 as the vice president of Hollywood Studios, Phil was the vice president of Magic Kingdom when New Fantasyland opened in 2012. He oversaw the New Fantasyland project, so Imagineers wanted to pay tribute, especially since he'd been at Walt Disney World since 1971. So hidden in the portrait are references to Phil's Disney career. In 1971, he began delivering blueprints to construction sites across Magic Kingdom. Then when the park opened, he worked as an attraction host at Haunted Mansion. Right here, hidden on the shelf, is a piece of Haunted Mansion wallpaper as a little tribute. At the time when New Fantasyland opened, Phil had been with the Walt Disney Company for 40 years, so you'll see him wearing a 40 ring. And hidden in the back is a gold statue of Donald Duck. This is what Disney gives their cast members for celebrating 40 years with the company. Then there are other objects that pay tribute to attractions and projects Phil had worked on. You have the Peanuts for Storybook Circus, a magic lamp for Magic Carpets of Aladdin, an apple for Snow White's Scary Adventures, and a book with a map of Magic Kingdom. So next time you're in the shop, stop by and say hi to Phil. So what's your favorite Walt Disney World secret? Did you know about any of the ones on the list today? I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below to start a conversation, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video.